Yo, what's good? I know what you're here for. Let's get to that sports talk, baby. And we got our guy in here. We got World Series starting today. This is your Yankees guy, Vance. This is your Ohio State guy, Vance. This is your 49ers guy, Vance. And here you go with your boy Dino. You see what I'm rocking today. Hail to the Commanders. Let's raise hell on Sunday. Shout out to anybody who playing on Sunday. Will y'all get that dub? Will y'all not get that dub? But y'all see the title. Y'all see the big problem what's going on. 20-30. The Vikings lose to the Rams, man. The Rams pull off a shocker. Cooper Kupp coming back. He balled, went out for a touchdown. Puka Nacua over 100 yards receiving. Matthew Stafford and his Rams team is looking good. Is it more of the Rams winning this game, Vance, or is it more about, you know what, the face mask? What are the referees doing?
I said before the game, the Rams are scrappy. They could win, and I was proven right. I mean, bad call, yes, but take it from me. Bad calls happen all the time. Look at the Super Bowl.
Horrible calls. And remember, you remember the Saints and Rams game where they got that pass interference in the playoffs when Drew Brees was still the quarterback. For some reason, the Rams are getting away with some serious calls throughout history. And I think it's more about the face mask. You got to get these calls type right. I think there has to be somebody.
They also did beat them by 10.
Yeah, they beat them by 10, but they were only down one score when the face mask happened, and plus it added 2 points to their score with the safety. So, hey, and Sam Darnold's been playing well. He played good in this game, but after they came out and went 14 up, you know what I'm saying? They could put 14 on the board. They got outscored 23-6 the rest of the way. So they started to struggle down the line. It looked like the Rams had the momentum and stuff like that to win this game, Vance. So you could say, hey, look, the Rams were playing better than the Vikings. The Vikings defense was pretty bad this week. The Vikings defense was pretty bad this week. After the last 2 weeks only allowing 15 points per game, they're starting to allow 30. They allowed 30 in this game. So the Vikings defense just wasn't what it was throughout the first 6 weeks. And talking about the first 6 weeks, Matthew Stafford ain't done nothing like this. 4 touchdowns in this game. In the first 6 weeks, he had what, Vance? I think 2 or 3 in his first 6 weeks, and then he drops 4 in this game. So yeah, three in the first 6 weeks, and then he goes off. Where can you see this Rams team going after they get Cooper Kupp back and Puka Nacua? Is this a different Rams team, Vance?
I believe it is a different Rams team because I think I said today or the day before, this is a team that's 3 years removed from a Super Bowl with Cooper Kupp, with Stafford, with OBJ, Cam Akers. Like, this is a team that has won recently, and we can't write them off. We honestly can't. I said that 2 days ago. For me though, I don't know why people do write them off.
Yeah. I wouldn't write off the Rams because they you know what I'm saying, they did win a Super Bowl in this era. You know what I'm saying? That was only a couple years ago. I get it. They were struggling off the bat, but they was going through a lot of injuries like your team, Vance. You know what I'm saying? You know something about injuries. You're a Niners fan. And when you don't got your key players out there, yes, your team plays differently. This team plays differently.
You're forced to play a different way.
But let's be real. This was pretty bad, man. Do you think there needs to be times where, look, it's blatant? So come on, let's reverse it. Let's make it a face mask. Do you feel like there has to be a third party that comes in and says, look, this can be reviewable. We can overturn the call. Look how bad it is. And this is already going to blow up in our face. As the NFL, you put so much money into stuff. Do you think a third party should come in and say, hey, let's reverse this call?
I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to stay consistent and say no, because we're watching humans play football. Humans make calls. The one thing that I don't like what I hear with baseball is we need robot umpires. Well, humans play the sport. Let humans be umpires. With this sport, it's no different. Humans make mistakes. I'm a Niner fan. We should have won the Super Bowl. There's mistakes that happened in the Super Bowl. We've not, again, Chiefs have never been called for holding in a Super Bowl. But at the same point, we're humans. Mistakes happen. You can't just blame, you can't ask for a change because of one play. And I get you will say, well, it's not just one play. I understand that. Humans play the game of football, so why can't humans ref the game of football? So, no, I don't think, no. Do I disagree? Yes, but mistakes happen.
Because the thing is, it could go either way. It's 20-28. Yes, they're back on their own goal line, but we've seen plays, we've seen drives. 95. This will have to be a great drive out of Sam Darnold. You got to give him that chance to let's see what Sam Darnold is about. This is probably his first time being backed up at 95 yards. That you need a go ahead touchdown to tie this game up, plus the 2-point conversion if they get it. And let's see if you got that in your arsenal, Sam Darnold. But we robbed of the chance as a fan to get that type of moment. That's all I'm
I
asking
disagree
for.
wholeheartedly. I disagree wholeheartedly with what you just said. You said give him the chance. He got the chance. He failed. He literally got the chance and he failed.
Yeah, but say that face mask is called, the drive is still going. He had to drop that. The thing is, he had a good pass. Forgot who it was to, but he dropped it, and that wasn't his fault. Some wide receivers got to make the catch. Some quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, get missed throws. But Sam Darnold was on the money most of the part. Matthew Stafford threw an interception. Sam Darnold didn't even throw an interception in this game. But like I said, I feel like as a fan, I'm robbed of a chance of seeing a good game playing out after it starting really good. You had the Vikings go out first drive, get a touchdown. You got the Rams going out, getting a touchdown, and the Vikings haven't allowed a touchdown on the first drive all year, and the Rams haven't scored on their first drive all year. I just feel like let the game playing out the way it's supposed to playing out. But the referees have one job. You stand there and watch, Vance. That's all I'm saying. All you're doing is standing there and watching the play. I get it's human time. I get you. There's angles sometimes you can't see. But all this technology, we even got Elon Musk robots out here. We can go
I
back and
just think
this call.
I'm just trying to be consistent. If you're going to let humans play the game, let humans ref.
Okay, I mean,
we can't. One call cannot change everything. It can't. Robot umpires. They talked about it in baseball for years. I get it. They don't make mistakes. But But how about this? Here's the other side of the coin. What if that robot umpire in the middle of the game glitches? You have to stop the game to have someone fix it. You can't just have a human being come in and change the call. You got to wait for the electric to be fixed.
It's in 4K. It's in 4K. You see,
I'm not saying video. It isn't. I'm thinking about, as a media kid, I'm thinking about this as like, if this thing glitches and then it starts malfunctioning, you have to wait for someone to come fix it. Then it's even longer of a wait.
Yeah, man. I just feel like, okay, what is New Jersey for? You know how they go into New York and the guy comes in and he talks about what is all that for? We don't, if you want to have humans rep the game, and we got producers. I could even see it from my seat that it was face mask, Vance. And then you go back and replay
I don't disagree
the video.
I don't disagree with you, but the call is the
call. Overturned. This can't be overturned.
I'm not saying it can't be, but I'm just saying, as a Niner fan, it hurts that I'm talking about this because the call's the call.
So put this in your shoes. Say you're in a playoff game.
It happened in the Super Bowl.
It doesn't even have to be in a playoff game.
It happened to my team in the Super Bowl this past year. I'm saying consistent is what I'm saying. My team lost because there was a holding call. Nick Bosa was held back-to-back plays, and it wasn't called. I'm being consistent. This was on my team in the Super Bowl, and I'm defending a team that I hate in the Rams. Human errors happen. I understand that. I'm trying to stay consistent, and I am. My team lost because of a dumbass holding call that wasn't called. Things happen.
Yep. I get it. It's but in this situation, sometimes it's getting egregious. You can't lie, Vance. Sometimes it's getting egregious.
It was egregious, but the call is the call. That's how I look at it.
So you're on the side of letting it stand.
I don't like
what it is.
Yeah, I don't like the call. I'm with you. I don't like the call at all. But what can I at home do about it?
Yeah, that's a fact. But that's why these people get paid. So you don't have. So as a fan, you can't do nothing about it. But I'll tell you what, my team ain't been good for a while. We haven't been in great situations, but let my team be in playoff implications or
Oh,
in
you're
the
gonna be
playoffs
screaming.
like the Saints, and then a pass interference happens and it doesn't get called and we get robbed of the game.
Yeah. No, I know
This
you'd be.
game,
Yeah,
but I
no.
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Vance. And plus, I'm not mistaken the Rams. The Rams played phenomenal. The Rams played phenomenal. They deserve to win this game. But we
It was
will
egregious. You are right. It was egregious.
we
I
we
100% agree with you.
yeah, man. And we still to this day will not know what will happen if that flag gets called and Sam Darnold gets a chance to drive in 95 yards and get that touchdown, that go-ahead touchdown to give them tied, maybe give them the lead. Maybe they end up winning the games. Who knows with the Vikings? But this is their second straight loss. And it's a fact. After teams play the Lions and take the L from the Lions, they end up losing the next game after. I guess the Lions are taking a toll on teams, and that's what the Lions are just doing to people.
That's not the most egregious call I've ever seen, though. That was the Saints game.
Oh no, most
Saints
definitely.
game.
I think the most egregious call that was missed
The Saints
to
game.
me was definitely that Saints game. That was horrible in that type of way. And that was, again, I will say that again, it was against the Rams. For some reason, the Rams are behind these horrible missed
Rams and
calls.
KC.
Yeah, maybe it's just not lucky, maybe it's unlucky, but it's lucky to the Rams, but unlucky for the other team. Let's put it like that. But what Sam Darnold said at the podium, it is what it is. So he's kind of on your side, Vance. We could have done a lot to not put ourselves in that situation
Agreed.
we were in. So yeah, I mean, they definitely put themselves back a little bit. They were up
You
by
were in your
10.
own. Yeah, you were in your own territory. That's on you.
Yeah, and you didn't know the defense was going to end up playing this terrible. So there's nothing you can do about that. It takes everybody on field. You got 11 hats on offense and defense. It takes all of them to end up winning the game. So at any point in the game, somebody can there could be a missed call because this is just NFL history. Let's be real, Vance. This is NFL history. There's no NFL without.
You good, Dino? You good, bud? Well, stream, I have no idea what's currently going on right now. Oh, goodness. Dino, you okay, bud?
All right, we back, Vance. We back, Vance.
All
Vance.
right. What? Camera die?
The camera. I don't know. It just a lot went on. I'm getting too hyped on here, but hey, look. Sometimes it happens. This live.
Yeah.
This ain't recorded. This ain't pre-recorded. Sometimes you go through a little.
Things happen. Yeah.
Things happen, but we get us back right. Like I said, I think the Rams, they deserve this win more than the Vikings. They came out and played.
I think the thing you just said was actually really interesting. I think before you cut out, did we expect the Vikings defense to be this bad? No, we didn't. You were spot on right there. You were spot on.
They've been playing great all season. They've been playing great all season. So to have them come out and And that for that to happen, pretty bad.
Yes, the call was bad with Sam Darnold. I agree with you, but the defense was also abysmal.
Yeah, the
Like
defense was
we're
abysmal.
looking at Sam Darnold and blaming. Like the thing for me is we're looking at Sam Darnold and we're blaming that as the problem, right? While I agree the call was bad, one, the Vikings were already losing. Two, that's not the only reason you lost. Your defense was terrible. So Vikings fans, if you're listening, I like your team. Have a great team. You were already losing when the Darnold call happened. I don't want to hear that like, oh, we had a shot. You were already losing with a minute 36 left in your own territory. Secondly, your defense was god awful yesterday. They just were. I'm not a hater.
Allowed 30.
You were already losing.
Yeah.
If you were up, that's different. You were down by 8.
Right here.
That's my thing. If they were up, I would feel differently. But they were already down by 8 when that happened.
Yeah, and look at that. After scoring 14 in the first quarter, after scoring 14, 0 points in the second quarter, a field goal in the third, and fourth quarter of another field goal. Yep. And look at the Rams box score: 7,
touchdown,
7,
touchdown,
9.
Safety.
So it comes down to that. You kicking field goals or touchdowns. This ain't 2K. We're not shooting 3-pointers. This is the NFL. You score touchdowns to win games, and your defense needs to get stops. So, and if your defense is not getting stops, and the other team is scoring touchdowns, you end up losing that game anyway. I get the Rams had more turnovers than y'all, but y'all just couldn't put up points when it was all said and done. I am egregious. I think the call was egregious. I am on that side that I don't like it. I think there has to be something to where we can actually go back, replay the call, reverse the call, and make it the right call, man. Look at it. And the thing is, the guy looks at the referee and grabs his head like he couldn't believe
I agree the call was bad. I agree the call was bad, but I would feel differently if the Rams, if the Vikings were winning the game. Yeah. They weren't winning when it happened. Like, I'm not saying
I just want to see the guy's face. Look, the guy, Young. I think his name is.
He looks at the ref.
Byron Young.
He looks at the He looks at the ref.
He looks at the ref and he's in disbelief. And think about the magnitude of the play. This is a 2-point swing. 2 points are valuable in NFL football. I don't know if anybody knows, but it can come down to just 1 point. It can come down to a missed field goal. It can come down to not just the inch line and we don't cross the ball over. You know what I'm saying? It's a game of inches. You already know the NFL game of inches. Maybe the referee couldn't see past those two offensive linemen and that defensive lineman. Maybe he couldn't see over that. But you got 7 referees repping the game, and there's 2 in the back of the end zone.
Yep.
He's staring right at him. So, but I'm a Vikings fan of this. I get the integrity of the game. I get look. It's happened to different teams out there. It's happened to my team.
It's happened to every team at some point.
Yeah, it's happened to every team at some point. It just didn't go your way, but it's not like the Vikings were actually, like you said, putting up a huge.
No, they weren't winning the game when it happened. That's where I would feel differently if they were winning the game and that happened.
Yeah, man, and they weren't expecting Matthew Stafford to come out like this. Matthew Stafford 4 touchdowns, 280 yards. He played amazing. You remember he broke 2 tackles and got it to Cooper Kupp. That was pretty nice. That was vintage. That was vintage Matthew Stafford.
That looked like Detroit Stafford.
Yeah, man, that looked like vintage Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl season Matthew Stafford.
Calvin Johnson days, yeah.
What is that? Hold on. Come on now. See, this is what I'm talking about. This ref is right here. Look at this ref. There's nothing impeding his vision. There's nothing impeding his vision. Look. Huh? Fans.
I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is the call's a call.
Yeah, I know you agree. I know you agree.
What can we do about it? The game's over.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it.
My team's lost Super Bowls on things like that. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Can't do nothing about it. You get paid millions of dollars to ref. Hopefully those referees, I end up, hey, look, you miss a call like that and you're a ref. I'm not saying you should get fired, but you at least get fined. You putting all these you putting all these sorry ass fines on NFL players and wearing face masks and different socks and different cleats and all these type of little fines that you can get.
The
That's
AJ Brown one where he wears the like the one thing that I find funny is like AJ Brown, he'll wear like shiny, like neon yellow cleats so his daughter can find him. It's like you're gonna find a dude for that.
exactly, bro. Sometimes they're wearing stuff that is for a cause. You know what I'm saying? But
He's wearing it so
the
his daughter can find him on the field.
but the referees, they don't get fined. I don't know if they get fined or what. But like I said, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua back. If you're a Rams fan, you got to believe in
Uh,
these two when they're out there. And you heard
that was
Sean
actually
McVay
interesting
at the
because yeah, that was really interesting because before the game when you called in yesterday, we didn't think he was gonna play.
yeah, man, and it came down to what, to the last hour that
I
he was
saw
going to
that.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came down to like the last hour that Puka Nacua was going to play. So say that's kind of hard. That's kind of difficult game planning because when you're the Vikings and you're game planning for the dudes that you think are going to play. Puka
Yes.
Nacua and Cooper Kupp didn't really seem like they were going to play this week. It was optimistic, and they've been out all season. So they were probably game planning for at least one of these guys, maybe not even any of these guys, but to see two of them come out of here, and you know what they can do on the field.
Yep.
You see what they did. Cooper Kupp touchdown, over 50 yards. Puka Nacua, 106 yards. And that's Matthew Stafford's guys. And by that happening, Demarcus Robinson can go ahead and get 2 touchdowns, and that's a guy you're not even looking after.
Yeah, they're
So
taking the pressure off of him.
exactly, you take your pressure off your third, fourth receiver, and now your third and fourth receiver is going off,
They
and
look like a one.
yeah, and they start to look like a one. That like your guy Jennings. That's kind of a pretty
Against
good
the
case.
Rams, yeah.
Yeah, man, Jennings, bro, he be going off. He be like the third, fourth receiver, and he be getting some yards and some touchdowns because you got to worry about Christian, you got to worry about Debo, you got to worry about George.
Duke.
So you got to worry about Ayuk. So you end up game planning for those guys. Oh, there's a pretty good guy over here that's getting some plays here and there that can actually do some damage to you too, aka Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis was
Yes.
kind of out like that. So
Big game Gabe. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? He could go off for 4 to 5 touchdowns because you're worrying about Stephon Diggs. You're worrying about Dawson Knox. You're worried about Singletary and Josh Allen using his legs and doing what
James
he's
Cook.
doing. James Cook, you know what I'm saying? So that guy, that fourth, fifth guy can be dangerous at points. But
They
Justin
can beat you.
Jefferson,
I think the thing I've learned from you,
yep,
and
yep.
that's why I like doing this. I think I've learned from you is if you're in the NFL, anyone can beat you.
Yeah,
Fifth receiver, sixth
any
receiver,
day.
if you're good enough, anyone can beat you any day.
Exactly. And that's why they're in the NFL. You don't get in the NFL because you're bad. No, you get in the NFL because you're one of the best in the world. So you're one of the best in the world.
You do things, they do things we dream of doing.
Yeah, exactly. So your fourth and fifth guy could be pretty good on the bench. You know what I'm saying? They're not. You know what I'm saying? There's tiers to it, but that's still a really good guy. He's still a really good football player. That's why he's on the roster.
Look at Puka,
but
4th round pick. No one, and now he's ridiculous.
Now he's one of the steals of the draft. You know how many steals there are, like Brady, Purdy. You can get that steal, bro. He can become great. You know what I'm saying? And usually that's the case. They got chips on their shoulder because there's 5 or 6 or 20 quarterbacks or wide receivers that went in front of them, and now you got the chip on your shoulder.
Yep.
Well,
I also think when I look at it, at least, like, do you think, take the call out of it, because I agree with you that it was egregious, was this more Rams won or Vikings lost?
I think it's more Rams won. They just got their players back. They got their wide receiver distractions back. They got Matthew Stafford playing the way and Matthew Stafford is probably motivated by like, boy, I got my boys back. You know what that does to a quarterback? You know what
Yeah.
that does to Brock Purdy? You know how much the weight goes off your shoulder when you know you got some good guys playing for you. Look at Jalen Hurts. Nobody thinks he's pretty good, but he knows he got AJ Brown and he got Devontae Smith on that side.
Just throw it
He knows
up.
his job is way more easier.
Just throw it up.
Yep, it's just point blank like that. You get your guys back, you feel some type of way. You feel that. So yes, the main thing that's circling this thing for me is the face mask, and it has to be addressed down the line. We cannot keep history after history. We do not want to see games decided by that way. Yes, the Rams
No,
played
I'm
better
with
than
you.
the Vikings. The Rams played better than the Vikings, but there's something you got to do about the face mask. That's all I'm saying. There's has to be something that you could do better because as a fan, you got Vance over here who's like, man, it happens, but it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen like
It
that.
shouldn't, but it happened to my team in the biggest
Yeah,
moment. That's why
yep,
I'm like,
yep, yep. And so by that happening to you, you feel like, all right, it happens. But really, if this is the NFL and you can review, you can replay, it shouldn't happen. That shouldn't cost your team because it's a penalty. You're not supposed to do that in the game. It's a flag. So if it's not supposed to be in the game, and how are you going to add rules like hip drop tackle and all these other things if you can't
that
even
is
see
true.
this blatantly in your face? That's all
That
I'm
that's
trying to say.
that's the hard part is because you can look at that and you can and the NFL's argument. I know their argument. Do I agree with it? No, but I know their argument. Their argument would be if they were winning, we might think differently. They were down 8 in their own territory. They probably weren't going to score. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right, but that would probably be their argument.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. And Matthew Stafford, he hit a mark past Dan Marino for ninth place in NFL history in total completions. So shout out to Matthew Stafford. He's been doing it for a while. Hasn't been healthy. He could probably be up further in that list, but you know what I'm saying? Health wise, Matthew Stafford has been on and off here and there. So, but nothing you can do about it now. Like Van said, you got to move on. Um, Rams get their second dub straight, their first back-to-back wins of the season. The Vikings take their first back-to-back losses of the season. And as the season goes, you can tell by the teams who can take the toll. Because you know, as when the season goes, you get weighed down, you know what I'm saying? Taking these hits week after week, going against NFL caliber players, all Americans week after week. We can see if a team, a young team, and a guy like Sam Darnold can withstand that going down the line, or they can't. You know what I'm saying? So Rams get that dub, and that's really all I got to say about it. The face mask was out egregious. I'm agreeing with that, but you got to move on. There was things you could have done better in that situation. But y'all out there, y'all tell me, y'all put it in the comment section. If you are on here after the live stream and comment in the comment section, we respond to all comments. Sorry for earlier in the technical difficulties, but we got back right. And tell me, should should there be a third party? Should these flags be reviewable? Should you just go on about the play? It's football. It's a human based game. Humans can make mistakes, and that's a hard job. You know what I'm saying? That you might could think anybody could go out there and kick a field goal. You might think that anybody is going to go out there and ref, but until you're in that situation, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave it alone. I know Vance is on that type of stuff too.
I just try to
Okay.
be consistent because I don't want it to be. I don't want to say it's bad when it's my team, but it's not bad when it's someone else's team. I just try to be consistent.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. We got some problems brewing in Dallas, man. We got some problems brewing in
Yep.
Dallas. Fan players are not liking the tours
Stadium
that are
tours,
in
yeah.
that are in the facility. I got some quotes here from some former players. Dorrance Armstrong. He says, I'm smiling when I walk in the building here. I just know like I just have work. Says 6-year Cowboys defensive Armstrongs. Tony Pollard. This is more about football. Just X's and O's. Running back Tony Pollard, who spent 5 seasons with the Cowboys, says about his new team with the Titans. I'm in a better place mentally, physically, and emotionally and spiritually, just all around. So it's all about X's and O's. I feel for some reason Jerry Jones makes the Cowboys look like it's a petting zoo. This isn't
Because
no
I'm going to
petting.
tell you, because they're America's most valuable sports team. Second is the Yankees. But what? Okay, you know this as well as I do. You're not a Cowboy fan. They're my rival. They're this team's rival. But we both know what is the nickname for AT&T Stadium.
It's Jerry's World. Jerry's World.
Jerry World. It's not about the Cowboys. It's Jerry World. Like,
yeah.
I'm not being rude. I have no problem with him as a human. He's the problem in Dallas. You are spot on with your title in the bottom.
He's definitely the problem in Dallas.
He's owner GM. Why not hire a GM? Look, you own. Be the owner. Get a GM. There's a reason this team hasn't won since '95 and haven't gotten to a NFC Championship since '95. Yes, my team has lost 3 Super Bowls in my lifetime, but we've gotten there. They haven't made an NFC Championship game since 1995. There's a reason for that.
There is a reason for it. And
what do you think? What do you think?
I'm just thinking, man, and we seen you remember the video where he came to practice and he dropped down in his helicopter in the middle of the field in the middle of practice. Like,
I did see
it really is Jerry's World. He just in his fantasy, and we seen the quote with,
that rubbed the players the wrong way, him doing that.
That rubbed the player the wrong way. And then we got Ben DiNucci. I'll never forget when I will work out on Tuesday mornings and have people tapping on the weight room glass like I was supposed to do something cool on command, like he was a monkey or something, or he was like an animal, or he was like, yeah. So
what?
How are fans walking around tapping them? But the thing is, I can get on a fan standpoint, as in, yo, we pay so much money to come see y'all. This is the reason why y'all do get paid. So, hey, look, this is the you America's team, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, hey, look, you gotta accommodate something, do something. You know what I'm saying? But if it's putting more money in Jerry's pocket, he feels, hey, look, he can do what he wants.
I'm going to be honest with you. Since he's gotten older, I don't think Jerry cares about football. I think he cares about dollar signs. I think you just hit the nail on the head. It's not about football for him. It's about dollar signs. How can I milk this for money? How can I milk that for money? How can I make more money doing this? Like, what about the play on the field? Like, you posted it on Monday, the Derrick Henry thing. Yeah. This dude doesn't care about football. You own a football team. Did he forget? I got a question. Did he forget that he owns a football team?
He must have, because
you didn't sign Derrick Henry. You didn't sign Derrick Henry, who lives in Dallas and wanted to play for you, and you didn't sign him. It's not about football. I don't think it's about football for him. That's a problem.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna pull up some of the quotes right here if you can kind of see how it zoom in. So if y'all want to read some of the quotes from different former players that about the tours that fans are having throughout the facility, and they can't really focus. And I seen where sometimes in team meetings, they'll shut the door or something like that because they can look in their team meetings, which is crazy. Like,
that shouldn't be allowed. That should not be allowed, regardless of team.
Yeah, I don't get it. And CD Lamb,
worst team, best team. Yeah, hold on. Best team, worst team. That should never be allowed. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, never should be allowed. Yes, I get. I get restrictions in like walking through the stadium and seeing the Super Bowl statue or
The
whatever you want to see,
trophies,
Michael
yeah.
Irvin stats and stuff like that.
The
I get
trophies,
that.
yeah, I get that.
But when you're getting into disrupting quarterback meetings, you're disrupting cornerback
That's a
meetings.
no-no.
How are they not going to be distracted? Like, why am I having people walking by and I say I'm CD Lamb. I'm one of the most famous wide receivers. I'm wearing the number 88 for your team. Like, they're not going to notice me and interrupt my workout or interrupt me trying to focus and prepare for the game in the week. So I can get where Tony Pollard said, man, with it's over here in Tennessee, it's about X's and O's, and it's not really a showcase in a circus show. And
Yeah,
CeeDee Lamb said, sometimes that's all I'm going to say. CeeDee Lamb, if tours at the Star are a distraction, which
I agree.
you in which this Vance, and I can put this in a sentence. I know you're going to agree with me or whatnot. If they were winning, would this be brought up?
No,
Not at all.
but I still think there would be a little of complaining because it still would be a semi-distracting.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Would there be complaining? Probably, because Dallas has to make news somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be this big and out of proportion. I am with you on that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, let's be real. If Dallas was winning, we'll be seeing a bunch of videos with fans going off about what they're doing. Jerry Jones talking his big
He
chest,
would probably
putting
be
his big
like,
chest out.
the fans would probably be like, what are they doing there? And he might, for God's sake, take him in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Because Jerry Jones, he doesn't think. I don't think Jerry Jones
it's
thinks
money for him. He just sees dollar signs.
I think it's a real petting zoo for Jerry Jones. I agree.
I agree. I honestly believe he just sees dollar signs.
And it's out. It's egregious, man. You
Only
don't
in
you
America, right? Only in America.
only the America's team. Y'all only say that for y'all team,
Yeah.
but
Yet we beat your ass every year.
yeah. And y'all play Sunday night. Y'all play Sunday night. So hey, you can talk your crap right now before the game, but y'all in Dallas face off. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, without the weapons or whatnot. Hopefully, y'all can get that dub for your boy. Get that dub for your boy.
I hope so.
But yeah, man, I think it's a petting zoo to Jerry. I think it's a money grab, like Vance said, for Jerry. How do y'all feel about Dallas having tours? Do y'all feel like fans do a lot of things? They come out to games, they sit in the nosebleeds, they play their money, they do the things they need to do. They sometimes spend their last to come out. Do you feel like the tours are?
The one thing I want to say, you can keep going because I'm trying to get my wording here. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. So do you feel like there needs to be there has to be tours in Dallas at the Star? Is it a distraction for the Cowboys players? Would this even be talked about if they're winning? Like, how do y'all feel about that?
The question I have is the Star and AT&T Stadium are next to each other. Why not? Like, why do the players why not like go elsewhere? If you know fans are going to be there and you have a problem with it, do something about it. Like, I'm not saying it's right. Like, this is wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. But the Niners, like, we don't hear anything about this because they're such like a well-run organization. It's such a well-oiled machine that like you never hear a story like this. I have no problem with Jerry Jones as a human being, but it's at what point, you said it too, at what point is it about football?
Yeah, man. It's at some point it has to be about football, especially when you're losing. Let's stop the tours when we're losing. Let's stop all of that type of stuff. Like,
because
I
what
feel
does
like
Jerry Jones say every year? Every year he wants, I want a championship. Well, you can say it. You can say it. Do you believe it? Are you going to show it with get some players? Like, he says it every year. I can say every year that I want to be a millionaire. Unless I put the work in, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, man. You gotta as a fan, we gotta clean some. I'm not worried about the tours, man. You can play football or you can't play football. This tour stuff isn't.
One or the other.
I don't want to hear it.
Are you yeah? I think you said it best. Are you a petting zoo or a football team?
Exactly. Are you? And that I think Jerry Jones just think he has a. He's showing off his his world. It's his
Look at
world.
my
And
boys,
he can make money
Dallas.
off it. Yeah, but like I said, as a fan, I don't care. You can play football or
Win
you
some
cannot
games.
play football. We need you to start winning games. I don't care what y'all got to do. Start meeting in private at home. Start meeting in, start
Meet
doing
at the
meetings at home if
hotel.
you need to.
Meet at the hotel.
Meet at the hotel, meet in a different place. There's a whole world out there. Y'all can buy out a private place and sit
I'm
in there
with
and
you.
have
The
peace.
players have a right to complain. I'm with you. The players have a right to complain. Do something
And they
about
have
it.
the right and they have the right to do something about it.
Exactly.
You know how much pool that players have now in this generation?
Absolutely. They have more than ever.
Look at Devontae. He asked out and he wants to go to the Jets. He goes to the Jets. He goes where players can go what they want and they can complain and do what they do. Hey, look, make your complaint, get it done, but
They're not
don't
wrong
blame
for
it.
yeah, I'm with you. They're not
Yeah,
wrong for complaining, but do something about it.
exactly. Do something about it. But enough with Jerry World. They got a game up against my guy Vance's team, the Niners on Sunday. Who you got? You got Dallas. You got the 49ers. Well, what will happen in that game? We will be talking about that game on Monday at 7. Tune in. We will be on Sunday talking about college football and talking about some of the games that happened earlier before that Sunday night game before Vance goes on stage and lays it down on Dallas. I need
I hope
one
so.
out of you, Vance. I need one out of you, Vance. A dub. Get it for your game. So moving on,
Hey, you got
Tua
one for
is
us, we'll
now
get one for
clear.
you.
Yep. Tua is now clear to play football now, and he is not going to wear the Guardian cap. They said his helmet is pretty secure. It has padding in the inside, but I feel like the Guardian cap would put another cushion on it to maybe even help it a little bit. But some doctors say it's nonchalant. He doesn't need it on his head and stuff like that. Who knows? But a guy who's been taking hit after hit in the head, hopefully now he just says, "Hey, I'm not even going to go head forward. I'm not even going to take the chance.
Feet first.
I'm just
Feet
going to throw
first.
from the pocket. I'm just going to throw from the pocket. I'm not even going to take off."
Or dive feet first.
Yeah, or slide feet first, run out of bounds. I think he's going to protect himself more than ever because
You're married, you got a kid now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Vance, if he takes another one, man, I don't.
I've said this. If he takes another one, just call it, dude.
Just call it. Just call it.
You had a
If
good
Tua
career.
takes another one,
Call it.
call it career. You can't be because what is this? I think this is his like sixth,
Yeah,
seventh.
because here's the thing. Football is not forever. Family potentially is. Here's the thing. The reason I like that you and me do this is because we can give a human perspective from it. Football is a great sport. You and I are wearing our teams right now. You got your Commanders, I got my Niners. But we look out for the player. We don't want to see. No one in their right mind likes to see Tua doing this and like stimming on the field. Like that's not fun for the. No one likes seeing that. There's a human element to it. Like when Damar Hamlin collapsed, it was not about football in that moment. Football was the least of the worries.
Yeah, man. We didn't
Like
even
when
know
Tua,
if he was gonna survive, if he was
exactly.
gonna be alive.
When Tua gets a concussion, you see him stimming with his hands. Football doesn't matter. And like Tua's a good football player. There's no doubt about it. But you've said it before and I've said it before. Health comes first.
Yeah. Health definitely comes first. And with this in this situation, you got your money. I'm not saying, hey, look, get your money, get out of there because you did get hurt. It tells me that Tua, he has a good he's brave,
He has a
man.
love for it. He has a love for it.
That's what I'm saying. He got a love for the game. He ain't going shy down when things get tough. So hey, I respect the toughness out of there, but sometimes that toughness can get you messed up.
Overconfident.
Or you know what I'm saying? So hey, look, I hopefully not, because I like to see the Dolphins in a good space. They got all this talent being wasted, Vance. You got Tyreek, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Achan, You got these different guys on the offensive side that's not getting used right because Tua's gone. So you have to look at yourself as a quarterback and say, I'm more valuable. Let me get to the ground earlier. Let me get out of bounds. Let me take this sack. I'm not going to try to force things.
No, I'm with you. But you know, actually, something I read the other day, they no longer teach quarterbacks the proper way to slide.
Yeah,
I heard that the other day, and I was like, how are you not teaching quarterbacks how to slide?
Yep.
Like, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but that might be important to know. Why should your camera die?
Yeah, my camera just went off. It's about to cut back on us just a second. But I'm with you 1,000%. I'm still here. I'm listening till my camera cuts back on. But you got to take more value in yourself, in your health, and what you got going on.
The person comes first. Football comes second.
Yeah, but the Dolphins, I want to see them in a better spot. I do want to see them get better as a football team and see them down the line, maybe knock some teams off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to verse them. I'm in the AFC, but we ain't got to verse them, Vance, because you're in the NFC too. But you know what I'm saying? I like to see Tyreek go and light up a defense. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, especially when they're going against the Cowboys or they're going against one of your division rivals in the Cardinals, Seahawks, or whatever you want to put it, the Rams, wherever you want to see that team get knocked off. You know what I'm saying? It's a good sight to see, but hopefully Tua can stay out of his way. Stay out of your own way, Tua. Please stay out of your own way.
Feet first.
Please stay out of your own way, bro. Try to slide. Try to get up out of there at times. And we had a lot going on this week. If you haven't tuned into the last stream, we talked about the D-Hop and the trade, him going from Levis to Patrick Championship Mahomes. How do you feel about the Chiefs? Where would they go from here? They're already 6-0. How do you feel about Jerry World? It's just falling apart. Is it time to Jerry? Is it time to sell the team? You're getting older and older. You're not thinking in situations. And
I want to be honest. I'm not trying to be rude. Who would buy the team? They're worth so much.
Yeah, they are worth so much.
They're valuable. Don't get me wrong, but with what you've seen the past 30 years, like, is one move going to get you to the next level? Is selling the team? No.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. It's just sometimes Jerry's doing some questionable things, but he's Jerry Jones. He does whatever he wants. It's his team, and unlike other owners, like my former owner, there's no lawsuit. There's no.
He just sold
anything under the covers that we're not seeing with Jerry and different allegations out there for him to sell the team. He's going to have that team until he passes away. Let's be real, Vance. Until
he's 82. He's not young.
Yeah, yeah. So it seems like Jerry's going to ride this out until he can't think no more.
Yeah.
No disrespect. What we got going on next, man? So we got the World Series.
Yeah. When we get off of here, I've told Dino, when we get off this call, my TV right there, you can't see it because I got a green screen. My TV right there, I will be glued to that for the next week.
Hey, man, I definitely it's gonna come down to it. The Yankees play at home. The Yankees playing at home this game.
No, we're first 2 games are in Los Angeles, then 3 in New York, and then if it goes, so it can go 7 games. I think it will. So if how the series would go, if it goes 7, is 2 in LA, 3 in New York, last 2 in LA.
Okay. I'm trying.
And you know the funniest thing I heard the other day, I'm not gonna give a name. They're like, no one's gonna watch because it's big market teams. So you're telling me the 2 biggest cities in America, no one's gonna watch the games? Okay, you're gonna watch the game. You don't even like baseball.
I'm watching the game. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
You're not a baseball dude, and you're gonna watch it.
I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. I'm watching that shit.
Sorry. These are some of the most well-known teams ever.
the greatest, one
The
of the
greatest, the greatest, the
this is one of
winningest team in sports history.
especially in this since I've been alive. This is the probably the biggest matchup since I've been alive in baseball. This is my time to get into it. So I'm going to be locked in at 8 o'clock. So we'll be off here at about round 8. We usually ended at 8. But what we got in game 1? Who's going to be the key factors? Judge, Soto, Shohei Ohtani.
I think Gleyber Torres, if he can continue his hot hitting, as well as Soto, because Gleyber had 5 home runs in the last series. Soto had the home run to send us to the World Series. So I think those two will be the guys to look at. Giancarlo Stanton, if he can continue to slam the ball, I think he is going to have a huge series too. I've said this, and I'm going to die. I may go down with the ship. The Dodgers rotation does not scare me. Their lineup does. The rotation, we have a better rotation. We got Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, Clark Schmidt, Nestor Cortez. They have Jack Flaherty, who goes tonight, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Walker Buehler. We have a better rotation. We have the same lineups. Their lineup is a little better, but I'm not scared of their rotation. I'm just not. I might eat my words, but as of right now, before I've seen these two teams play, I'm not scared of them.
Hey, man, and I would be scared of their lineup. You know what I said? They got Sohei over there, once in a lifetime.
But that's why
player.
He can't beat you every time.
He can't be. It takes a lot. That's why I said it's a team sport. There's a lot of team sports. You gotta get some other players to chip in here.
They got Freeman. They got Mookie Betts.
Yep. They got some good dogs over there.
Kike Hernandez. They got some balls.
You also got some dogs over there too. And I need Judge to win one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Judge. Hey, you might catch me on with Judge jersey if they win the series.
And I'm like that. Even though I did a big no, which is I got the name on the jersey. Authentically, the Yankees don't have names. If you get a 99, don't do what I did. I like it because I like the player. Get a 99 with no name because that's how the Yankees do it. They don't have names on jerseys.
Okay, that's bad. That would be tough with Judge back there, though. Judge back there would be
nice,
tough.
But the team just doesn't have names on them because this is why I think Dallas could take a thing from the Yankees. Because the Yankees, it's about the team. If you look at the jerseys, they have no names on the jerseys. It's only numbers. And they do one other thing that I want to get your input on before we go. We can come back to college football another day. What do you think about this? I want you to go first, and then I'll tell you what I feel about it. The Yankees have a rule. No facial hair, and you can't have hair below the collar. Where do you stand on that?
So you said you can't have hair below the collar?
You can't have long hair. You can't have hair below the collar and no facial hair.
Nah, that's kind of crazy. No facial hair, no.
I think it looks professional, personally.
At least had a facial hair. Fuck that. No. I mean, damn.
I think it looks professional, personally. Look at any. I'm not trying to be rude. Look up any billionaire. Look up any president in our lifetime. Look up any billionaire. None of them have facial hair. None of them have long hair. There's just a standard, and the Yankees are the standard. 27 championships, 41 pennants. We just won our 41st. They're the winningest team for a reason, because the culture is about the team. No names on the jerseys, no facial hair, no long hair. There's a way that they do it differently. Where do you stand? Do you like that? I personally like it. I think it makes the players look professional. Where do you stand?
With 27 championships, you bet your ass you better be the standard. You better be putting everything as the standard, and everybody better abide by that standard. But I don't know when it comes to the hair and you touching my personal look.
Here's the thing, though.
This ain't military.
The reason I push back on that is a couple things. There's an off season. You can grow it in the off season. It's 6 months.
Yeah, you're right.
Grow it in the off season. Secondly,
you're right. But by the time you grow that shit, you want time to cut it.
Also, George Steinbrenner. Well, no, because the season ends in October. The season starts in April. That's 6 months.
Yep.
Okay. George Steinbrenner, the old Yankee owner, God rest his soul, greatest owner in the history of sports. There's no doubt. He is the greatest owner in the history of sports. He was a military man. He wanted the team to look professional because the military, billionaires, presidents, none of them have facial hair, none of them have long hair. And people may not like it. I think it looks professional because I mean, that's me right now. I'm clean shaven with short hair. Also, my mom's a hairdresser, so I have to look good anyway. But I think if more teams did that, they might be more successful because if you make it about the player, then you're making it about the player, not the team. There's a reason that teams have championships. There's a reason that teams don't. I'm not saying that's the reason, but it helps. The one thing I find really funny, something you mentioned. You said that for you, as long as I've known you, because we hung out in person a lot when we were in school together, you've always had long hair. I've never seen you with short hair. I've never seen you clean shaven. The beard and the mustache with the beard, the goatee, that's your thing with the long hair. That's how you are. But you know me. Have you ever seen me with a beard?
Nah.
Exactly. I've never had long hair and I've never had a beard. I'm always clean shaven. That's just what's my look I go for. But I want to tell you a funny story. There was a pitcher named Brian
you're a
Wilson.
Yankees guy? Is that because you're a Yankees guy? Or
no, it's just how I am. I just get really itchy.
Yeah, sure.
A pitcher named Brian Wilson, a pitcher named David Price. They both got huge offers a long time ago to play for the Yankees, but they would have had to shave their beards. I'm like, so a beard is more important than winning a championship. Okay, you guys are dumb. A beard is more important than winning a championship. Are we being for real right now?
Yeah, man. That's ain't nobody worried about that.
That was kind of stupid, in my opinion. You might disagree. That's fine. To me, championships.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. As long as you win a championship, none of that stuff matters. Like I said, with the Cowboys, if they were winning championships and they were winning
no
games,
one would
none
care.
of those problems would happen. But the Yankees are now in the World Series. Long time coming. Needed this type of matchup with the Dodgers. So, hey, let's do it. Let's get it. World Series starting in a couple minutes. We got to get my Yankees guy out of here so he can watch the game. And y'all tell me what y'all think about the World Series. Y'all put in the comments after the game. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on Sunday. We'll talk about it on Sunday, 7 p.m. Come back on here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I thank y'all for watching today. If you stayed behind, I thank you. Hit that subscribe button because if it's not for y'all, we wouldn't be on here. So I love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
God bless everyone.
Baby.